from my knowledge, the Quran has a lot of information about how people are presented and how people should respect each other. And what I can state is that women in the Quran are like very like in high prestige. Most people think that maybe in other countries there are maybe like how women are displayed amongst the world, they're like not given a lot of rights, but based upon that, it's like basically the Islamic law. And usually those Islamic countries, they put Islamic law to the fullest intent as for making them wear the hijab and making them do what is in the Quran for women, because women's rights in the Quran are different than men. And as for men, they have different equalities in what they should do and how they pray and how everything is different amongst the rules.
To answer the question, does Islam oppress women? Well, I think the short answer is it can, but it doesn't have to. I think this is the answer to that question for any large religious or cultural tradition. The long answer, we would have to ask, what kind of Islamic practice and what interpretation of Islam are we talking about? Like many scholars of religion will tell you, there's no such thing as a single Islam in the world that you can ask questions of. Instead, there are many, many, many millions of Muslims, and the interpretation of Islam is as different as there are practitioners of Islam. There's well over a billion practitioners, there are well over a billion versions of Islam in the world. Some of these versions of Islam can be legitimately called oppressive based on gender roles. Some of them can be called quite liberatory and quite pro-feminist, to use one phrase, or pro-womanist, or pro-gender equality. The question is really determined by what specific practice and what specific interpretation we're talking about. So any large tradition, you can have all these possibilities: oppression, liberation, and everything really in between.